We're going to do a Build-A-Figure rewind today. This series right here is known to be one of the worst waves, but what it created was one of the best, which is Build-A-Figure. Blob. Okay, so the first thing is the lower torso of Blob, which is the largest piece. Typically, the largest piece is the one that they think that's going to sell the worst. And because it's the biggest one, the one that you actually need, it's going to go with one that they don't think is going to sell very well, and they decided that it's this Wolverine. So, there's some good and bad about this Wolverine. First of all, within the whole line, these things, most of them don't go together, so it's very awkward. It's almost like they had these figures they didn't sell, so they said, let's just throw them into a line of Build-A-Figure Blob, and people will probably buy them. The claws are super long, but they're actually not too flexible, so that's actually a good thing because they're not going to break. And we've had this one for a while, and he's not broken. Overall, he's just a horrible face. You can see that face. Just skinny, dangly. I don't know. It's not a figure. If you like Wolverine, this isn't one that I would recommend. But, again, you're going to get the big old torso. Next, we're going to do the upper torso, which is here. Now, typically, again, the bigger pieces like this torso are going to go with the ones they don't think are going to sell well. And usually they do throw them in with the female characters because I guess the female characters don't sell well. Me, as a collector, I would go after the female characters because I know they're not going to sell well, which means one day people will be looking for them and they might be worth more money. So this is She-Hulk, and actually this is a really cool figure. But again, it doesn't really go with the characters in the line. They really don't have any similarities. So, pretty cool face, very tall figure, but sturdy. We've had her for a while and she hasn't broken, and she's played with quite a bit. So there's that with, again, the upper torso of Blob. So here's another figure. This comes with one of the arms. I'm not sure if it's the right or left arm of Blob. I would actually say this is probably one of the worst figures in the line. It's from X3. It's Jean Grey from X3. It's just, there's nothing special about it. I would have actually put this one with the torso, one of the torso pieces, but that's not how it went. It did come with an arm. So Jean Grey, really nothing to say here. I would rank this the worst of all the figures in the line, but you do need the arm. The other arm is with this Quicksilver, which I would say is one of the better figures of the line. So this is the Quicksilver that we would remember from the comic books, Magneto's son. Pretty cool figure. The thing with these early figures that they made, they tend to be very skinny, which means they're more likely to break. They're not as sturdy. But overall, this Quicksilver, I would say, is one of the better ones of this line. And again, you get the other arm. This looks like it's his left arm. Obviously, you're going to need hands. Now, the hands, the right and left hand of Blob, which actually look pretty cool because the Blob itself is really awesome. This comes with the X3 Juggernaut. Again, this is not one of the best in this line, and they're all just mixed up. This one at least goes with the X3 Jean Grey, so at least you have that similarity there. But this is just not the Juggernaut that we know and love, who's one of the best figures that you could ever get. But this one is not. It's just, he doesn't have his helmet, which was a big thing. We can compare it to a Diamond Select. Obviously, big difference. Diamond Select is one of the best figures you'll ever get of this Juggernaut. But so this one, I wouldn't say it's the greatest in the line. It's not terrible. Vinnie Jones, who plays the character in the movie, did a decent job, but it's just not the type of Juggernaut that we would remember as collectors. Next up is Xorn, and Xorn's going to come with, it looks like, the right leg. Xorn is cool because he does come with this removable helmet. So that's a pretty cool character. This one kind of goes with the Wolverine. If you do it that way, they kind of go together, so that makes sense. Overall, it's actually a pretty cool figure. It's one of the coolest ones in the line, if not the best one of the line. So we'll just pop that off. So pretty cool there. Next up is Yellowjacket. Yellowjacket, if you've ever seen the Ant-Man movie, he makes an appearance. He doesn't look anything like this, but he is in the movie. This actually, I don't mind this character or this figure. It's decent. It's the old school Yellowjacket. He comes with, this looks like the other one looked like the right leg too, but whatever. They both are pretty interchangeable. They look very similar. So he comes with the other leg. Decent figure, but again, it doesn't go really with the line itself, but this is a pretty cool figure, and this is one of the only figures who actually has some kind of damage. One of his antenna has been damaged. Okay, and then we have the last one is Thor, which is a very sturdy figure. He comes with Blob's head. Typically for a Build-A-Figure series, they're going to put the head with the best figure, the one that they think is going to sell the best, because one, you're going to get the head, which is very important to find out what the character is, and then two, you're going to get the figure, which is going to be the biggest figure because the head's the smallest thing. And this is actually a pretty decent Thor figure. It doesn't really go with anyone else in the line that we reviewed, and that's why it's kind of odd. But overall, the figure itself is pretty close. It has a removable, gigantic, sturdy cape. He's a thicker figure, unlike the lankiness of all the others. You can even see the detail of the veins in the arm. I mean, this is a pretty cool Thor figure. He does come with a hammer. We do have the hammer, we just don't have it right now, but he does come with a hammer. And an axe. So that's him. He would probably be the best one in the line, I would say. And what do we get when you put it all together? Blob. Which honestly, if you're trying to buy just the Blob right now, I've searched eBay and it's probably at a minimum $250. So it is a well-searched and looked after and sought after figure, this Blob. It is really cool. It's one of the best Build-A-Figures that I've seen, in my opinion, because they don't make that many big Blob figures. The thing that you want to stay, that I would have loved to have seen, would have been almost like a squishy stomach here, kind of bouncy, rubbery stomach. That would have been really cool. But that's the Blob. And now if I'm going to sort them in order, Blob's obviously the best figure. And then I would say Thor. Then I would give it to, in my opinion, and everyone has their own opinion, Quicksilver. Xorn. Removable helmet. She-Hulk. Yellowjacket. Juggernaut. Creepy Wolverine.
Is Jean Grey?
And Jean Grey would be last.
That